Hi guys, it's Sean here from Making Models 81. This is my next update for the Battle of Britain group build. So since my last update, I have rescribed all the panel lines so that they are more visible once painted. What I find is when I paint, especially with a hairy stick, that they become less defined and won't take a wash so well. So I've opened them up probably a little bit too large, but once they're painted they will reduce. So all the panel lines have been rescribed, top and bottom. While we're at the bottom, I've added the air intake, and there's just a bit of filler to clear up around the sides, just because there was a big gap basically. So that just needs to be done. The rear section has now been done again, just a little bit of clearing up to do with the join by the wheel. But I think that's worked out quite well. Now the problem with this is that I've lost the ribbing details as like the side on the underneath, so that was the compromise. I just couldn't work out a way of sanding down and getting it level whilst keeping the ribbing. It was quite a challenge that I just couldn't do, so I have to put my thinking cap on for another situation if that comes up. So that's the underneath done. I've broken that little piece of aerial at the back, so I've got to replace that, which I know I would at some stage. The engine, sorry, the exhausts, I have trimmed those down and made them shorter. Oh, it's not focusing very well. To make it in line with the size of a Mark 1. And I have removed, if I can, let's just get a bit closer. Sorry. As you can see, it's a little bit blurred. I have removed the lip around the top of the engine, so it's now completely smooth. So the neck, oh, and what I've also done as well as I've cut out the lights on the side of the wings here, and there you go, there. So I've removed those there. It's, where we go? And I've removed the lip around the engine. And I've also got a light removed there. So that's going to be my next step, is to get the lights in on the wings there and use some clear sprue and shape those to the same shape as the wings, and seeing if I can do something within the inside, make it a bit more reflective for the lights. As you can see, I've filled in the cannon holes, and that'd be ready for the decals when I put those on. And that's pretty much it really. So the next stage is to get the bit of tidying up done on the underside and sort out the lights on the wings, then to mask the canopy, get the canopy on, finish the painting in the cockpit, and then we'll be at a stage where we can prime. I'm going to keep the landing gear separate, so I'll do a bit of detail on that, and we will start the process of painting and seeing where we go from there. So I'll be right back. Right, okay, so just wanted to give you a sort of little update with regards to the the lights. Now I have, stop walking. I have added the clear sprue to both sides, and I've filed down one of them. So this is what it looks like before. Quite chunky. And then this is after. So just lay this down. This side, where are we? There we are. So you can see that I've added the clear section there. It's not as shiny as I'd like it to be at the moment, but I think I agree it looks passable. Now I'll probably give that a very thin coat of either green or red depending on the side, just so it looks like an actual light. And then yeah, just got to do the same to that. So basically what I did was taking a bit of sprue, clear sprue. I actually filed it while it was still a large piece, and then using the section just kept marrying it up so I got the right sort of fit with the wing, then cut it with a razor saw and then glued it in place, and then proceeded to then file it down to match the shape of the wing and the contours, etc. And then it came out like that. So because it's so fiddly, I did have like I've seen on other videos, is to sort of drill a hole into the clear plastic and then put a little blob of paint to look like a bowl, but it's so fine that I just didn't have the patience to do so. It was bad enough just actually filing it down and getting it to match. So yeah, so the next part is to insert the lights here, which I'm going to put a bit of foil at the back to act like a reflective surface to make it look more shiny inside, but they fit pretty nicely. And yeah, then we can look at getting the canopy done and attached, and then start to think about priming. So I'll be right back. Right, as you can see, I've taken off the gun sight that was just a solid block. I have replaced it with a very thin piece of plastic. Let's just put it to the side. If it's going to focus on that. Just see some two struts that I glued on. That's probably the most fiddliest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And then just prop up that clear bit of plastic on top, just glue it in place, and I think once that's painted in, that is going to look the nuts. What else have I done? I've finished the lights and they're looking good. I've put on the landing struts. Now I've just added in, let's turn that a bit more. I've added on cables to the legs. I've just got to paint that in, and then I've just added a strut, an extra strut, just in the middle there, to both sides. Again, that's what the Hurricanes had, not just a single one. And I've added sorry about that. Just see the other one there. This piece of thin stretch sprue, I'm slowly wrapping around that intake because it's completely flat. There's no lip, there's no nothing. So I'm just literally just gluing it in place, a millimetre at a time, just to get it into place. And I'm just about to add some sort of strut or support down the middle of that air vent, which they had as well. And I will be doing something, I haven't decided yet. I think there's sort of struts there as well, because this is a flap on this air intake that must move. So I'll be adding those. So yeah, join me in a second. I'll be right back.